Social media has been a really positive influence in our lives over the last decade or so. It's funny because I could actually remember a time where living your life on camera wasn't like a normal thing. Like you weren't pulling out your camera every 5 minutes to record everything, photograph everything. You know, if you don't have evidence of it, it didn't happen kind of thing. I remember when life was not about that. And it was an interesting shift, particularly as someone in the entertainment world, because at that time I was still acting and I was still dancing. I was doing a little more commercial modeling and stuff like that at the time. I remember when models started to really build their brand and build themselves through social media. And then all of a sudden, you saw like modeling agencies starting to scout and get women who were young women into the industry and sign models and stuff like that. And it was always like this delineation between like actual working models and like people who were social media models, right? And now today, being an IG model is kind of a huge thing. Like you don't even need an agent nowadays. Like nowadays, we are in such an amazing time that you can build a brand on Instagram, on YouTube, on TikTok, and all these things, and just really like make a killing, make a fortune or whatever. And most of all, for a lot of people, it's getting a lot of attention. And because likes are currency in today's time, people see certain women get a lot of attention because of how they look, because of their bodies. Now, fast forward to right now, it seems like every single IG model has like a very specific IG model look, right? Like the heavy contour, the impeccable contour, everybody's got that little highlight on the nose and right here on the lip, and the lips are like, really huge. Boobies, tiny waist, big old butts. Everybody's got the Brazilian butt lift. If they don't have a butt, they can build a butt. All right. We're going to talk about building a butt in the gym, though. We're going to talk about that in one of my next videos. So stay tuned for that. Anyway, I digress. But there's a very specific look that seems to rule the IG model space. And of course, they're beautiful women. I'm never going to take that away from them. They're beautiful, gorgeous. But the average woman doesn't look like that. And a majority of women don't look like that. And sometimes even the IG models themselves don't look like that. With Facetune and Photoshop and everything, all these apps that you can just have right on your phone to alter yourself. It's just like that, right? Like a snap of the fingers. You can be completely different. But what I find is happening now, especially as a coach myself, someone who's heavily invested in fitness, I get a lot of women sometimes who come to me with an ideal that they want to look like. And sometimes some women bring me the picture of a fill in the blank IG model, And for so many women out there, especially my young women, you kind of feel like you can't be attractive to men or just attractive in general unless your body looks a certain way, unless you look like an IG model. And I think that it's really at a huge detriment to society. And I kind of want to talk about that today. Is the IG model truly the ideal for women? And what can you do as a woman out there who's trying to really just find her way and find her fitness and just get her body in shape? Like, how can you do this in a way that keeps you confident and not feeling like you need to look like some crazy cartoon character, right? So before we do that though, before we go ahead and jump in, let's go ahead and say hello to my new viewers right now. And listen, if you're viewing, honey, you've got to subscribe. You got to become a subscriber. So make sure that you hit that red button right now to subscribe and click the bell notifications and set it to all notifications so that way you do not miss a single video. Now, if you're a returning subscriber, hey there, what's going on? I love you. And I want to thank you so much for being here today. Make sure that you give this video a thumbs up right now, especially if you want me to talk more about these social issues, how they relate to fitness, and really how you can just find your way and keep your eyes on the straight and narrow and stay inspired. Give this video a thumbs up right now. And if you're a woman out there who's looking to take her training and nutrition to the next level, I've got two things for you. First of all, got a free ebook I want you to check out that you're absolutely going to love. And if you want to work with me, I'll tell you how to do that. And I'm going to tell you about all of that at the end of this video. So make sure you stick around to the very end. All right, guys, let's go ahead and jump right in. So yeah, the IG model. She is really it's kind of like a Frankenstein, right? Like she's like this concocted image of something that's not even reality half the time. Like if you saw some of these IG models in person, you'd be surprised that a lot of them don't look like what they look like in pictures. And it's like, oh, okay, you know? And so I really want to start off today's conversation, which is saying like, look, like it's one thing to be inspired by someone. It's one thing to look at something and feel like, wow, like they look really great. But if you start crossing into the lines where you start questioning your self-worth, or you start really beating yourself up because you don't look like a certain aesthetic, honey, you're playing the game all wrong, all right? Because the one thing that's true about beauty is that beauty is in the eye of the beholder, number one. And if you work on yourself, much like these IG models have, you can really bring out your own features and your own sense of unique beauty. And I think that that's really one of the positive things that you can take away from this conversation. Now, as far as the ideal, the body ideal of the IG model, I mean, honestly speaking, most IG models have really super cartoony shapes, and they're not even their natural shapes. A lot of these women are going under the knife. They're getting breast augmentation. They're getting liposuction and body sculpting, right? They're getting Brazilian butt lifts and stuff like that. And I'm going to be the first one to say, listen, I have no problems with going under the knife, honey, okay? I've been under the knife myself, okay? But I really feel that like the extremes that these women go to are very, very dangerous. In a way, they create these cartoonish characters that only work within a certain segment of society. I talked about this, you know, in my last video where I went over about I went after the divestors, right? Hey, divestors, hey, swirlers, let me tell you about your fake influencers. Well, there's another segment of YouTube that I really should do a video like that for, and that's the hypergamy community. And because I think that they sell this crazy like dream of things that are not even reality for most people to achieve, right? So many of you are on this self-improvement journey, this level up journey, this, you know, get your groove in lady journey, right? And you're trying to attract a certain kind of man on top of all of this other stuff you're trying to do for your own development, right? And I'm going to tell you right now, women that look like these IG models are not floating in the circles that a lot of you are trying to crack into. You're not going to go to a gala or to a function and see some woman with, you know, gargantuan bosom, a tiny wasp-like waist, and like 80-inch hips. Like that's just bizarre. And people are not doing that in real aspects of society. The IG model is a small microcosm of the beauty industry look, if you want to even call it that. Because if you look at magazines and models and actresses, they're not looking like that. Now, I stopped short of saying like entertainers, like singers and stuff, because a lot of the singers in the specific niche of the hip hop and rap community, yeah, that's where that's popular. And when you look at it, like who is doing these, who looks like that? They're catering to a specific kind of lifestyle and look. And if you're not in it, why the heck are you trying to like compete with that or turn yourself into that or try to be influenced by that? Ladies, you're far better off really sticking to things that inspire you in a positive way. And that's realistic. Again, I have no problem with women going under the knife and having surgery, but a lot of the things that they're doing, you can attain to a certain degree by going to the gym. You want thicker thighs, more shapely toned legs, a bigger butt, you need to be under the bar and squatting heavy. You need to be in that machine doing leg presses heavy. You need to be doing walking lunges heavy. You need to be doing deadlifts heavy. You need to get in the gym and start owning it and pushing yourself and eating right. You want to reduce the cellulite on your legs? Change your diet and lose fat. Oh my God, science. Now, of course, I have to say a caveat. Sometimes cellulite, especially as you get a little bit older, is a little bit more on the genetic side of things. It has to do with the way that your body fat is connected to the tissue on your skin, right? So for some of you, it may not diminish all the way, but you can improve it by changing your diet and training and doing cardio. But why is it that nobody wants to do that stuff? Oh, I know, because it takes work. Ladies, the IG model, again, is a niche thing. The IG model is a small microcosm of a look on an internet site, on an app, and it's not even real. And for you to chase that, you put yourself at a greater disservice. Instead, what I want you to focus on, ladies, is trying to present the best that you can be. How can you change your body through being more consistent with your goals when it comes to your fitness? How can you improve the way that you present to the world by learning how to do your own makeup or how to do your hair in a way that really frames your face and your personality? How can you dress better and present better? All while not trying to kill yourself to look like a cartoon character. Ladies, I hope that today's conversation was just one of those thought-provoking ones. You know, some of the content that I'm going to put out here is going to be instructional, and some of the stuff that I put out here is just to make you think. Because I think that when you can come up with your own conclusions and answers, that you can truly unlock the power of what it is that you can achieve when you put your mind to something, when you can see clearly because you thought through something. You thought through mind tapping. For instance, today, hopefully I helped you to just let go some of the anxiety about, do I have to look like that to be acceptable, to be beautiful? And the answer is no, you don't. You can hone yourself in a more realistic way. Now you've got a gem that you can take forward into your own life and apply it as you may and inspire yourself along the way of your journey. And that's what my channel is all about. What are your thoughts? I'd love to hear them. Go ahead and post below. Do you think that the IG model is really a true standard of beauty? Do you think that body and stuff like that, do you think that that's something that women should be aiming for? And if not, what should she be aiming for? Go ahead and post below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Now, if you are a woman out there who is looking to really just enhance your feminine energy, enhance your femininity, to really get more grounded, more present in your life, and you want to change your body, you want to really take control of your health, you want to really just take care of yourself and really just enhance your womanhood and let fitness be that driving factor, well, I have the perfect free gift for you that I want you to go ahead and download. It's my ebook. It's called Empowered Feminine Fitness. Girl, it is right up your alley. You've got to check it out. Come to rockstarfitness.com/EFF ebook. So that's rockstarfitness.com/EFF ebook. Enter your name and your email. I'll be sure to send it to you right away. And as a bonus, I'm going to go ahead and let you have free access to my exclusive masterclass called Ignite Your Inner Goddess Through Fitness. And I'm taking the principles that I'm sharing in the book and just multiplying it by 10, and just really throwing in some gems that you can take away and start to apply to your life right now to start seeing yourself do better, be better, feel better, move better, and all that stuff. So make sure you get your hands on that. If you're a woman who's looking to really step it up and you know that you're ready to take on a coach, you know that you can't do this by yourself, I want to talk to you because I'm looking to take on some new clients. So come on over to rockstarfitness.com/claritycall, fill out that application, let's talk for 30 minutes and see if you and I are the right match to work together. Now, I warn you, I only work with women that are serious, okay? I don't have time for time wasters. I want women who are ready to do what it will take, including investing the time, the energy, and yes, even the money to do this, okay? So come on over and fill out an application, set your appointment, and we'll talk. If coaching isn't in the cards for you, fine, no problem. Stick around, I'll tell you about my Patreon. Make sure that you give this video a thumbs up, all right? And I cannot wait to see you on the next one. Subscribe if you aren't already, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.